Honestly, there are few things that annoy me. Despite possible appearances, I am a patient guy. But some stuff just gets under my skin. Some of that stuff is definitely popular sayings that people just put it out there in stupid situations. And the particular pet peeve I've experienced recently is the sentence,
I'm sorry the education system failed you so much.
this is usually mentioned against someone who makes an historically inaccurate comment. Or they get a country wrong, like a country's name or a country's geographical continent wrong. Or, of course, the classic creationism is a legit theory, right? I'm sorry the education system failed you. Who exactly are these people that are so well served by the education system? I don't know, because, like, I went through it. I was like, I don't look like it, but I'm actually a master of science, computer science. I'm a great programmer, supposedly. So says a few papers I've got, a few diplomas. I got them. I went through it. I was in the research community for like 2 years, and research scientific community, whatever you want to call it. I know how people get down. I went all the way through university, and you could say maybe what you're about to say is based on your university experience. I've talked to other people in other schools. I've looked around. It's mostly the same thing. There's like some fulcral. That's not the word.
The education system has failed.
Shut up! Shut up, gosh.
Just saying.
All right. Like, they've got some fundamental differences in terms of free time and what homework means or is dealt with and how tests are done. Some people like a lot more multiple choice questions where you don't really have to think about what the answer is and you have no chance to get like half an answer right. Some people are the other way around. They like to give students the chance to be right about it, to work their imagination and get some points here and there. It's funny. I always enjoyed like, this question is worth 1 point, but you're like, I got 0.2. But honestly, at a fundamental level, they're just about trialing you and seeing, and you teach yourself to get through the problems. That's what they are. They're like, okay, here's some manuals, here's some hardship. Try and get through, because we can't help. We don't know. We don't know you. We don't know you. We don't know how you learn. We don't know what you're like. Just figure it out. It's akin to dropping you in the desert, right? They drop you in the desert, and they're like, okay, here's a bottle of water. Here's a manual on the environment around here. Here's a manual on cactus juice. Here's the manual on the animals around here. They're all 400 pages, I know you can't read them all in time. Figure it out. And then they just leave you there. And the thing is, they get 1,000 of us, and then 100 of us gets through, and it's like, all right, 10% dismissal rate. We're good. We're a good education system. We're an elite university. Only the best of the best get through. Sorry, only the best of the best have our stamp, our diplomas. Fair enough. It works. Those 100 people definitely know how to survive on a desert. They get out of there knowing how to get that cactus juice. How to tell a very deadly scorpion for a non-deadly scorpions. Are there even non-deadly scorpions?
Seems like the education system has failed you.
Where is this education system that doesn't fail people? Because from my experience, like, people fail at getting through the education system, but where are these education systems that are actively helping people? There are some teachers out there that were like, hey, that's a good question. I admire your interest. Do you want to talk more about this? I can teach you. No, most of them don't. Most of them don't, especially in universities. Most of them are busy dealing with their master's students, their doctorate students, their research projects, and they have a lot of all of these, At the same time, they have to like peer review a lot of papers. You think like they're gonna teach anybody properly? No, they're gonna go. They're gonna show a PowerPoint presentation. They're gonna say these slides will be available online, so you don't have to take notes. So you're like, okay, and then you just study your ass off and you try to pass the subjects while doing the practical exams, if you have those. I don't know. Depends on what you're doing. I had them because it was engineer course, so you need both theory and a lot of practice, like doctors but for example, lawyers maybe. I don't know. All these social courses. I don't know. Maybe. Anyway, I'm just wondering, like, the education system has failed you. It has nothing to do with the education system. Nothing! I understand the idea of the insult. Obviously, it's not to be taken literally. But it's one of those things that is not meant to be taken literally, but even how it is meant to be taken doesn't make sense to me. And it annoys me to see it, because it makes no sense. People didn't pay attention, they didn't care, or they're just trolling. It's not the education system. It has nothing to do with it. The education system is bad for like 99%. Let's use it. That percentage, people love this thing. Of the 99% of people are just whatever, trying to survive in the desert. And the schools are like, here's some manuals, good luck. Educate yourselves. That one makes sense. Educate yourself. That one makes sense, because that is really the only way you can get education, is educating yourself. Education systems only make that easy. They just facilitate the task of you educating yourself. They're like, hey, if you want to know about this, here are the stuff you can study and you will know about this. That way you don't have to find out by yourself what the manuals are. In my analogy of the desert, you don't have to find out by yourself which manuals are good. Fill up your own starter up water bottle. Did you just given to you by people who know what the subject is? But that's the only thing they do. That's the only thing they do. It's kind of like a righteous abandonment. How we give money to charity and then we don't care anymore about poor people in the street. Yeah, I don't give money to beggars. I give to charity, And that kind of abandonment, like, yeah, I don't care if they make it or not. I gave them the manuals. I gave them the right manuals. If they don't study, it doesn't matter what their personal situation is, what our personal situation is. It doesn't matter if we even like what we're doing. They don't like, for example, one of the things I can argue about education systems is that they really don't care if you make bad choices. They're never like, hey, it doesn't seem like you're doing very well with all these math subjects. Are you sure you picked the right course? Don't you want to like switch while there's still time? While you still haven't wasted years trying to become an engineer, for example? I come from an engineer experience. I know a lot of people who went to my engineer university, and they gave up and went to completely other stuff, like arts and stuff like that. Like, the university doesn't do that. They just, oh, you want to do this? All right, here's the manuals. Get the hell out of my face. I once had a teacher who was, what's the story? This is a really good story. Right, a student asked the teacher how the problem was solved. The teacher said, you should know. That the student says, but how can I know? Like, where is that information? And the teacher says, oh, that's in the RTFM. That's the RTFM algorithm. And the student's like, what's that? Read the fucking manual. I didn't witness this, but reportedly this is how it went down. Teacher dropped that and then turned around and walked off. Because the education system does not care. People need to, it's educate yourselves with the help of the education system, with a little bit of help of the education system. That's all. This education system has failed you. All right. Thanks for watching. I don't care if you agree. I'm right about this. Bye.